Story
Good evening,
time.
ladies and gentlemen. This your boy Brian Jamal, once again with another testimony. And I just want to share with y'all how God delivered me from witchcraft. So I met this young lady, man, very sexy young lady. This was back in my, secular living days when I was drinking, smoking, having sex. We started kicking it, I had smashed or whatever. And, we just kind of smashed a couple times, and she started feeling it, boy. Started buying me things, and over a period of time, I noticed these weird changes with my mental and emotional health. It started to deter. To make a long story short, man, I started really tripping, started being very jealous. I started being, like this stalker type of guy. Like I just started tripping, popping up at her house and things that I wouldn't normally do. One night, I got on the, chat line. I had this thing where I would get drunk and get on the chat line and sing. That was something I did when I was bored or whatever. So I would get a little tipsy, get on the chat line. So I'm on the chat line, and I know some of y'all can relate to when you're doing something or going somewhere that you're not supposed to be, and God intervenes, even in the most strangest places and the strangest situations. It's God, and you like, really? Wow. I'm on the chat line, and you know how you have to record a message, and then the message goes around, like, live links and phono chat. Like, this is throwback. This was like several years ago. So basically, as I'm doing my messages, this lady, she messages me and she says, "Hey, why are you so sad? I hear the pain in your voice. You shouldn't be on here singing these songs. You should be using your voice for God." I'm like, what? Man, who was this lady, man? Like, immediately as she was talking, I knew that was God. I'm like, man, really, God? On the chat line? So I'm like, okay. So I ignored it. So she came back again. She was like, "Hey, here's my number. I have a word from the Lord for you." And I'm like, all right, because see, it's something about when somebody says something to you, it registers in your inward parts. Your inner man is like, so that's how you know it's real and it's God. So I called the lady, got off the chat line. This lady was like, "Hey, look, God said when you leave this woman alone, when you leave this young lady alone, you will be able to serve him. He said you are being bewitched. Things have been done with your food. Things have been done with your personal belongings. There have been consultations and trips on your behalf to control you mentally. But your mind and your will is so strong, they can't do what they want to do. And God heard you when you cried out to him that night and said, 'God, please deliver me.'" And I was like, whoa. So I went to church. I asked my apostle to pray for me. She prayed. It felt like chains broke off of me. It felt like somebody lifted covers off of me. And I was free. I was delivered, man. I felt different. I felt the weight come off of me, and I was free. I was delivered from the witchcraft. And I packed up my stuff and I left, and I never returned. And I just thank God today that I am free. For whom the Son sets free is truly free indeed. God bless you.